Hi all. I'm doing this as a voice recording and not a video recording. I hope you don't mind. I've been asked by a number of people to share some information about what is happening in South Africa currently and the violence and the aggression and the anger that we are seeing manifesting. And I'd like to share some information with you. Some of it may seem very far-fetched, and some of it you will resonate with, and for some others maybe you'll resonate with all of it, I don't know. But it is the truth as I understand it, and so I offer it to you for your own consideration. I don't know how many of you are aware of a species by the name of the Annunaki. The Annunaki are an alien species and are really the fathers of the reptilians and the lizards on our planet. They've had a 200,000-year contract with our solar system, and really, in many respects, they are the bringers of the duality. They are also the architects of the patriarch. When I say that they are the bringers of the duality, that's not entirely correct, because duality exists even without them, but they have emphasized it and played upon it to, in some respects, at a higher level, help to facilitate our experiences and the experiences within our universe. But at another level, they are an extremely destructive force. As such, they were or have been for a long time prevented from actually taking physical incarnation on the earth plane because they are so destructive in nature. They've held this 200,000-year contract with our solar system, and it comes up next year in 2022. Now, there are a number of channels that have recorded this information, but it has been in some respects misperceived because they have understood that the Anunnaki will return in 2022. But in truth, the Anunnaki are reaching their return in 2022, which means that their contract is up. Their cycle is complete and they are moving to another universe. They have a contract which has been created with a parallel universe, and they are exiting our local universe for good. That in itself is great news, but there's something else that we need to take into consideration. What the Anunnaki have been doing, and many other alien species, is feeding off the frequency that is created by humans in the third dimension. This is a frequency which we generate quite naturally and which is utilized to traverse time and space. If you think about the process of meditation, for example, that we as humans have the capacity to move interdimensionally or into the past or into other realms through our meditation, you begin to understand the fluidity of the consciousness that a human being has access to. These are very real movements and very real travels, and shouldn't be seen as less or dismissed simply because they are energetic. Having said all of this, the Anunnaki have needed fuel to travel to the next universe, to the parallel universe. And as such, they have for about the last 18 months, been feeding excessively on the fear consciousness, which has been deliberately manipulated and exacerbated in the group consciousness of Earth. And this is being done because their craft sit just outside of our atmosphere, and they feed, literally, shall we say, siphoning the fear consciousness from the planet in order to refuel their craft. That density of vibration is the thing that makes possible that movement of their craft. And the explanation as to how it works is a whole different channeling. Coming back to the present, what we are seeing in South Africa is literally this. We're seeing a suppression of the subconscious, which is the second dimension, and not just in South Africa, it's happening again globally. But it is through the siphoning of frequency from the atmosphere of these craft. They are literally impacting the light frequencies that are sitting in the second dimension, and as a result created an enormous amount of suppression and negativity in those dimensions. Myself and many other healers globally have been working to change those frequencies for the last few days. And for myself personally, I saw a considerable breakthrough of that energy already on, I believe it was Sunday. And with that, or what transpired was the arrival of the dolphin consciousness, the dolphin species that assisted and expanded the light with the humans that were working there. And we were able to return a measure of normalcy to the second dimension. Basically, you would think that that would bring an instant improvement in the third dimension. But I'm afraid the third dimension is the surface of things. And imagine a boil which needs to be lanced in the third dimension or at its surface in order for it to heal underneath. And that is literally what we are seeing, is the continued release of the subconscious suppression into the third dimension, and it is being it is erupting in pockets, especially in South Africa. And that eruption is essentially the expression of it, because it is people are acting unconsciously. They don't know exactly why they are behaving the way they do. They are just feeling the subconscious urge to do so. The way that we assist this is to continue to utilize light and to hold positive vibrations and frequencies, both for our cities and our country, for South Africans and for other communities all over the world. And we are going to have to continue to do this until this abates. It's really just as simple as that. The good news is early hours of Monday morning, because of the work that myself and many other healers globally have been doing, Spirit did tell me that the craft that had been siphoning frequencies off the earth plane and interfering with the frequencies of the second dimension, which incidentally exists inside of the earth. It is the world inside the planet, that they had actually pulled away from our atmosphere and were pulling back entirely. So that is the simple explanation. Whether it means anything to any of you, I don't know. But that is the truth as I understand it in a very simplified way. Thank you for listening. I hope that this helps you. I hope that you remember to keep your heart open, keep love present. Remember also that the group consciousness is out of balance and not something we should engage in. So if you find yourself connecting there, please disconnect and rather connect into your own truth. Together we are an enormously powerful being and one whole being, and we can act as such. And when we align our intentions and operate from a single heartbeat, we are absolutely invincible. I offer you my love and my well wishes, and I remind you to hold hope always. Be at peace, my brothers and sisters. I love you.